Greetings, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Roll With It. A, well, 2/3 staff tonight. Yes, tonight's episode is sponsored by people being sick as hell. So
Robitussin or something like that.
maybe, if they want to, we'll take it. Mucinex is pretty good. I don't mind them so much. Dayquil, NyQuil, if you're looking for someone to throw money at,
Hit us up.
we'll take it. We got some people that could probably use it. So anyhow, we'll go ahead and hop into tonight's episode. We were hoping to have everybody here, but the seemingly important ones for tonight's episode are here. Not that Rith and Lilith aren't important, but yeah, not right now. Sorry, guys. But they'll watch it later, and I apologize. So we'll go ahead and hop in here. It's, last time when we left off the group, you guys had completed the mission or exited the Underdark, gone back to Bosphere, turned in the missing citizens that you found, 3 of them, and received your pay. Decided to go back and have Kel Norin do a little bit of earthy druid magic in the cave and collapse portions of it, while sending a messenger ahead to hopefully make sure that the hobgoblins would not be there or be upset that you were doing. Fortunately, the messenger never found the individuals it was looking for, and you guys made your way in and quickly made your way back out after doing some tectonic plate movements and collapsing a portion of the tunnel leading to the main large cavern. So hopefully locking or blocking anything that was down there to stay down there. You guys have made your way back through town and decided to head back to Arabelle shortly after lunch. So you got about 3 or 4 hours of the journey out of the way. And we're coming down to rest for the evening. So you guys are setting up camp. Anything any of you 3 are doing while you're setting up?
No, not really.
Okay.
I don't think so. Just
Mm-mm.
getting everything ready.
All right. Are you running a fire for the evening, or?
Sure.
So you're getting into, well, what we consider into the throes of autumn at this point, getting about halfway through the season. So I mean, your nighttime temperatures are dipping down into the 40s occasionally.
Then
So
fire, good.
I feel fine.
fire good. I mean, yeah. Not everyone has a cold, dead heart.
Mine's just cold. Kovacs is dead.
Oh, that's right.
Fair enough.
I mean, yours has been dead.
That's true. That's okay.
It's alive again, though. So, but all right. So you guys set up your camp for the evening. Lilith and Rith are off doing their things as well. So Rith is working on some common reading. Doing some weapon maintenance. Lilith is counting her goblin teeth and money.
Creepy.
Pretty accurate. So, you guys go through most of your evening, set up, get dinner, either cooked or using rations or any of the leftover food that you had purchased, getting that all used up. And shortly after dusk hits, or as dusk is hitting, we'll say, and some of the light is disappearing from the edge, you guys will hear from like the top of a hill nearby, where you'll hear an individual say, good evening, fellow travelers.
Hello?
So at the At the top of the hill, you'll see a guy stands about a little over 6 foot tall, blonde hair, neatly trimmed beard, wearing like riding leathers. You notice that he has like a rapier on his side. Looking down, he says, "Good evening. Was not aware anyone else was out here this evening."
Neither were we.
Big world.
This is true. Do run across random travelers every now and then. May I ask who you are or where you're coming from?
Does he look threatening?
No, he's standing there. He has a, as far as like a expression goes, he's. Well, make an insight check. We'll see what you. I know your passive insight is pretty good, but we'll see what happens. 15. Okay. No, you don't really get a threatening vibe from him. He does seem confident, just addressing you one on the rest of the group. Appears pretty at ease. You see the rapier on his side, but his hand doesn't appear to be resting or stationed anywhere near it. He's just standing at the hill, probably about 15 yards away.
We'll look to everybody else, see if like they look like they're going to do or say anything to him.
How about
I'll go ahead.
how about you tell us what you're doing and where or who you are and where you're going and coming from first?
Of course, I apologize. It did seem probably rather rude of me. My name is Balin Sudakar. I'm from a town not too far from the south of here, Emersey. I'm not sure if you've ever been through our fine little town there.
What was it again? Emerson?
Immersea, Immersea.
Okay.
Kilnorn, you would have seen it on a map.
Okay.
It is a town that's on the southern road that leads from basically Arabelle. It's kind of like halfway in between Arabelle and the Sea of Stars, like the big inland sea that's in the middle of everything.
Okay.
So it's about halfway down. But to answer your last question, I was actually my group were traveling towards a village not too far from here. He points back to the east, kind of the direction you guys were coming.
I'm Baron. We just came from that way.
Oh, were you in Bosphere then?
Yeah, about a day.
Well, we were heading that way to, check up on them. They've been experiencing some troubles here recently that we had heard about, and wanted to see how everything was. Ensure that our neighbors are doing well.
Kidnapped townspeople, perhaps?
Yes. We had received. Well, there was word sent to Emersey not too long ago. I unfortunately was elsewhere when word came, or else we would have came up sooner.
See.
Did you kind of look? He's like, I don't mean to assume it's like, but you appear to be the adventuring sorts.
I look over myself.
I mean, you have
And then I'm
several
like-
weapons attached to you.
Yeah, consider myself a little bit of an adventurer, you know?
I mean, he's also got Rith to point at, who's got a maul in his hand that he's probably cleaning at this point, or just has. So
I ignore that.
he was obviously talking about you, Ron. Yes. So were you there recently then?
Yeah, we did investigate.
Uh well, I'm hope since you're leaving that everything is resolved, or were
Well,
you able to locate the missing people?
some.
Hmm. You see his expression just kind of turns down a little bit. I see. Um well, that's suppose for some is better than nothing. Uh well, we may continue on our way there and see if there's any other assistance that we can offer in this time. So,
Uh, they might need it. Uh, there might be a looming hobgoblin issue.
oh, well, yes, they from time to time we have to deal with roving parties of them occasionally. They tend to respect our borders a little bit more than some of the other creatures around here, but all the same, that's good to know. So, you said your name was Baron. I'm sorry. I didn't catch anyone else's names.
I'm Rowan.
Pleasure to meet you, Rowan.
I'm Kovac.
Nice to meet you as well. I'm sure Lady Lilith will say she is Lady Lilith, is her described, and we'll say Rith stays silent because that's Rith. Um, but fine to meet all of you, and it's good to hear that someone was willing to come to their aid. I know they're a small community, but they are our neighbors first and foremost, and they do play an important role in our region here and the overall grand scheme of things too. So, well, I don't wish to take too much of your evening up. I presume you're heading back home, wherever that might be.
Yes.
Very well. Well, I wish you safe travels. If you ever happen to find yourself in Emersea, please come by and see. Be happy to give you a tour myself.
You mentioned that you're with a group, or you're part of a group, or
Yes, I was traveling with a small group of my finest. They're setting up camp right now, but one of them noticed some smoke off in the distance, and I decided to investigate. Just see if we were dealing with anything that might spoil our evening, we'll say.
That's probably smart.
Indeed. When one travels frequently, you learn to take precautions on the road. But
Yep. We could probably learn that lesson. I'll just kind of look over at Lilith.
well, if again, if you ever find yourself in Emersea, please come by and be pleased to make your acquaintance.
Balin.
Yes, Balin.
I guess if we make it there, we just ask around and people will know you.
They would be familiar with my family.
Oh, okay.
Yes. My father is the mayor of the town.
Oh,
So, um, I don't tend to like to lead with that. It tends to change people's opinions. But yes, if you either ask for me or my family, that's should get you in the right spot.
Okay.
And does your troop have a name that you go by, or any kind of identifying?
We're just a bunch of outlanders.
Well, has a decent ring to it, I might say. Right.
Guess
Well.
it could make a good name.
I think you might be onto something. Well, I won't take up any more of your evening. I hope you safe travels on the road.
You as well.
And he will turn and disappear back over the hill.
As soon as he's out of eye shot, I want to turn into a fox and start following.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and are you doing so stealthily or?
Yeah, I'll be as quiet as I possibly can behind him.
Okay. All right.
Oh, there's cat. Okay, I want to use a cat.
Cat. Okay. Do they have stealth as a proficiency, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll your stealth check.
Nice.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say you don't necessarily feel very stealthy in this regard. But as you're going, I mean, you're fairly certain you rustle some trees and whatnot. But his image just keeps his figure just keeps walking forward. Um, yeah, given how low you are, give me a perception check.
All right. Doing good. I rolled a 13.
Okay. Um, I'll give you the option since I know like passive perception is just kind of overall. You can use your I would say that if you want to substitute like your passive, you can do it with like a -5 to it. Because that would be just considered like rolling. I think that would be kind of a better average of your rolling. So it'd be a 17, is that right?
Yeah, it'd be a 17.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. All right. So it's getting into autumn, so there are leaves on the ground in a lot of places where you're going. And there's a lot of the trees still have leaves on them, but there are a fair amount that have already fallen, especially with some of the storms that have rolled through recently. As you're following him, his feet do not disturb any of the leaves. They don't make any sound as they pass through the leaves.
Do it is it a can I tell if it's like a spell or if he's something like
Make a knowledge.
special?
Make either what spells? Let me take a look at your spell list real quick. I gotta see what you have available to you. You can make since I'll say since your magic is nature based, I'll let you make a nature check in that regards to see if you've noticed anything that you can possibly do.
Oh, dope.
Since I know like arcane isn't really like the druids type of magic. It's all
Right.
more nature based.
Doing good. 13.
13.
Consistency.
Yep.
You're not 100% certain, but you're about, I would say you're 60% certain it's possibly illusion based. But you can't be one. There's nagging doubts that maybe you're wrong about it, but you think it might be an illusion.
Okay.
It was talking to you, so that's kind of what's making you weird about it, is that you don't really have any you don't have any knowledge of anything you can do with illusions based on that.
Okay, I'll head back
Okay.
and we need to be on guard. He wasn't real.
When you say that, I just look at Lilith. Wasn't. I saw him.
Yep. And we talked to him and he responded and he heard all the stuff we said. But when he was walking, he wasn't making any actual contact of sorts with the underbrush. Like, no footfalls. Nothing.
How
Odd.
long did you follow him?
Few moments, not particularly long.
I'd say to watch him. I mean, you probably followed him for a good couple minutes just to verify what you were seeing.
I mean, a couple minutes. I was following for a few minutes.
And you sure they didn't notice you following them? It just seems like an awfully long time for them to keep up an illusion.
Right. I don't know.
Weird.
I was pretty stealthy for me.
You never
I-
saw him turn towards you.
I mean, I don't know if he noticed me or not. He didn't seem to see me.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, best case, he was just being cautious.
Maybe.
Maybe. Worst case, like you said, we need to watch out tonight.
Maybe he's like all those shadows we fought in the Shadowfell.
Did you say the shadows we fart?
Yeah, I mean I did, but I meant to say fought. But I mean, I've walked behind you for a long time, so kind of both.
Hmm.
Seems fair.
Yeah. How do we want to handle it? Like extra vigilant?
I say we should probably do double watches. I know it might make a rough night, but we'll be back home and we can rest up.
Right. Okay. How do we want to parcel it out then?
Well, so it's easy for Kovac because he can take 2 watches.
Yeah.
I mean, I could. It's not going to be the best, but I could easily get away with taking 2 as well.
Hey Lilith, how do you feel about taking a second watch?
Seems seemingly good about it.
I'm so glad you're agreeable tonight.
Man, who knew?
I got like maybe we could stagger overlap so that there's one person not being constant all the way through it, but carrying over through the next watch to be able to.
Or like, I mean, I guess maybe the first one or the last one would be like an hour by themselves or something, but like every hour, you know what I mean? Like, first person starts out, next person starts an hour into that watch, and then when the
Right,
first
yeah.
person, like that, maybe.
Yeah, like that. I don't see super great in the dark,
Well, we got a
so
fire.
I'm good. First watch or last watch. I'd be happy with the last one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go wherever.
Sure.
I'll go like, uh, does that actually get us all the way through? For the most part, having
Okay, so where do you want to put people? Kovac in the middle like normal?
I say I'll just do the middle like usual. That's
maybe. I guess we could let's start off with Lilith.
Okay.
Starting off on the best foot forward.
And then after an hour is when she would wake up Kovac.
2 hours. Each
Well,
watch is 2 hours.
yeah, but we were gonna do like overlap with an hour, like you know what I mean.
Okay.
So there's
Oh,
at the beginning there'll be 1 hour with one person alone,
okay.
and then possibly at the end there'll be an hour with one person alone.
Okay. So like Lilith to start, an hour in, Kovac takes over,
Yeah,
and then Kovac has 4 hours in total, so he has half of the first watch, the second watch, and half of the third.
yeah, and then I still don't think that's gonna necessarily cover everything, will it? Like the full 8 having like 2 people.
You have to have, yeah, I mean, you'd have to have 1 or 2 people that would not get like a full night's rest, so they would not necessarily get the benefit of a long rest.
I mean, I would be willing to be one that didn't.
So, I mean, you would get benefit from a short rest. So, I mean, you get if you have any warlock spots that are expended.
Yeah, that's why I
You
was
would get
saying I would
rest.
do it
Yeah.
because I get benefits from a short rest.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else does.
Well, if uh if we added an hour onto each of our watches, would that uh cover it?
I mean, you guys. I mean, if you wanted to still be able to try to get all of your rest, I mean, you could try to do. You could do a 10-hour.
It's-
Add just an extra watch in and start the day 2 hours later.
I
Or
say
go
that's
to 2 hours.
what I was just gonna say. We just extend
Yeah.
our evening.
Yeah,
Yeah, it works too then.
We can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do
So
that.
then everybody can get 3 watches of sleep, and then everybody will be on for 2 watches. Or, I mean, I guess just Kovac will get his 2
Yeah, I guess I can.
rests, and then he can actually watch 3 if he wants.
I could watch 3. That'd be fine.
Okay, so how do you want to break it up then? Lilith and
Lilith start out, I would think.
okay,
I definitely want the last one.
okay.
And then I guess
Kel on the last one.
me and Rith somewhere in the me and Rith somewhere in the middle. It really makes
Okay.
no difference to me, honestly.
So for Kovac, do you want like 3 watches in a row, or and then you'll take the last 2 to sleep, or you want to have
That's
like
fine.
Okay. Okay, so you have Lilith in the first watch with Kovac. Who wants to be up the second watch?
Rith.
Rith. Okay. And then the third watch.
Me.
All right. And then the fourth watch.
I
Who
guess
would be
with,
the two people there? Because Kelnoran would have had 3 watches sleeping at that point. If you want the final 2.
Sure.
Okay. So then either
Lilith will take the last one.
with him. Okay. And then either Rith or Rowan needs to be awake in the fourth one, and you guys have double watches.
wait, I'm not. Which one did I take third?
Third.
Yeah, so I'll do fourth then too.
Okay. All right. So the watch schedule will be Lilith and Kovac and Rith, Kovac and Rowan, Kelnoran and Rowan, Kelnoran and Lilith. So everybody gets at least 3 watches to sleep, and almost everybody except for Rith has 2 watches.
Perfect.
So, all right. All right. So first watch comes up. Go ahead and roll perception checks. So you guys just get started maybe a little early. Say 9 p.m.
First one's Lilith, right?
Yep, Lilith and Kovac.
Oh.
Nice.
Sorry, I can't
Starting off
read.
strong.
Mm-hmm.
14. Okay. All right, so staying up for the first watch, sun goes below the horizon. Starts off first watch, you get that nice little like pinkish purplish light at the edge of the horizon for a little bit, and then it just goes dark. And paying attention as best you can.
Those damn books.
I just can't resist himself sometimes.
Leading to the collapse of our society.
Right.
Youngins, they're reading.
Right, young.
Yeah.
Reading. Who does that? Finagled new contraptions books. We'll say you're just either something's distracted Kovac from either the conversation or the revelation or whatever it is. Maybe he's trying to figure something out, think about it, or just distracted by stuff that's been going on. So, whatever it is, you're just not really all that present for the first 2 hours. You're there, but I mean, Lilith does a pretty decent job. Keeps a close ear out, looking as far as her vision allows from the fire, and nothing really seems to happen. Don't notice anything. First watch actually goes by rather uneventfully. So, second watch comes up. Kovac and Rith. Give me your perception checks. 14. It's better. 10. All right. Perfectly average. Good deal. All right. So, Kovac, you're paying a little bit better attention. I'd say with your dark vision and whatnot, and I mean there is some light from the moon. Give me a intelligence check, sure, or survival, whichever one you want to use.
Let's see.
Oh,
10. Okay.
it was on to 17 and it rolled back.
It was. There was something that was bugging you there for a moment, or you started to think of something, and either Rithak asked you a question or said something, asked you to clarify something, as he's learning common, and the thought just like flew from your mind. Like there was something that you were thinking about, and now it's just a little bit agitating because it's gone, and you just can't recover it. But as you're passing through the night, nothing occurs. Quiet. So Rith will head off, and then it's Kovac and Rowan.
That's me.
Give me your perception checks.
Oh.
All right. High or low, Kovac, for what you want.
What I want?
Yep.
High.
Okay. Yep. Nope. Thoughts just won't come back. Just not there. It might have been. It was close, but just it's that thing where you just can't quite remember what you were thinking about, and then it'll come to you when it's absolutely worthless. But
Oh, sounds about right.
yeah. So you two are up during your watch. Anything you wish to discuss or talk about during this time frame?
Don't think so.
Okay.
I got nothing.
I mean, you two are the
Apparently.
only. You
Got
two are the
nothing.
first. Say you two are the first two characters that are both here. So it's, the other ones would have been just the other person talking in the air. So. All right, you guys pass by through your watch. Aside from the standard noises and sounds of nature around you, it's a clear night. You don't hear anything. You don't see anything. And Kovac, you go off to bed. Just still trying to think about what you were thinking about, but it's gone. So you wake up Kelnorin, and Kelnorin and Rowan. Go ahead and give me your perception checks.
Woo!
Oh, that almost rolled to the 20. It's real close.
Look at us.
Give me survival check for both of you.
Ah.
Okay. Rowan, something bugging you if you've been sitting up here and thinking now that, you have your good buddy Kelnorin with you and you're ultra perceptive now because you just don't trust him apparently. Or he just brings out the best in you.
He brings out the best in me.
It's that best friend factor, Your eyes just get like fixed a little bit to the west, like southwest area where that guy disappeared off to.
Mm-hmm.
And just noticed now, but you don't see any like telltale signs of like smoke rising up. You guys have been maintaining your fire through the evening to stay warm because it's kind of cold out. Helps a light, helps keep critters away too. And there's smoke. I mean, even on a moonlit night like this, you'd still expect to see something maybe rising from the sky. But off in that distance, you haven't seen anything over like the last 2 or so hours that you've been up.
Hey, old buddy, old pal.
Hmm.
Did you happen to make it to that guy's camp?
No, as soon as I noticed that he was not there, I came back.
Oh.
Figured we needed to know why.
I mean, just by what I can see, I don't see signs of a camp.
Like, what do you mean? I mean, we're kind of a little ways from it.
Yeah, but like smokiness in the sky.
I'm going to attempt to interpret what Rowan is telling me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say go ahead and roll another survival check. Only you can have advantage this time.
Oh, cool.
Because
20.
20.
Hey.
Okay. Same one it says. So yeah, he kind of interprets smoky, not seeing a sign of a camp. I mean, he's obviously probably talking about a campfire of some sort. Even without your lack of like dark vision, you still have the moonlight. It's a fairly clear night. I mean, it's shining pretty bright in the sky right now. And you kind of look off in that direction. Depending on how far their camp would be, it might be hard to see telltale signs of a campfire. But I mean, if they were close, then you think you'd be able to see at least something in the sky, kind of a discoloration in the horizon behind there. But
I mean, if they could see
don't see
ours, we
anything.
should be able to see theirs.
Good point. How thick is the canopy?
It's not incredibly. I mean, you have patches where there are trees, but I mean, there's space in between everything. I mean, there's a fair amount of So here, I'll put you on this one here. So, I mean, this would be kind of similar-ish to the area where you guys are at.
Okay.
So, I mean, you have trees, but they're not so closely compacted that you wouldn't be able to see.
Okay. I'm gonna climb that big one over there.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna break out the rope to like lash around it to help me climb it.
Sure, like a fireman, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead and give me an athletics check at advantage then if you're going to use an implement.
21.
21. Yeah, so it's not the first time you've done it. You're tall but lithe, so you don't put a whole lot of stress on the branches. Got big, long reach. You can make your way a fair distance up the tree. Maybe not all the way to the top, but above the other trees that are kind of surrounding you for the most part.
Do I see anything in the direction he walked?
Go ahead and make another perception check since you're looking for something specific at advantage.
Okay.
So
19.
19? No. There's no like telltale signs of like a campfire in the distance. No smoke.
I'll take it like a quick scan of what I might see like around our camp from where I'm at.
Okay. Just like taking in the area around you. You said then, or just
Yeah, just around the camp
oh,
from
okay.
where I'm at.
Just trying to look for anything that might be moving around, or just
Yeah,
okay.
checking out from just a different perspective.
Okay. Take a look around the camp. Nothing that you really notice aside from, the people, the campfire,
Right.
all the stuff that you think should be there. Nothing else seems out of place.
Okay, I'll climb down then.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing, at least I can see, in that direction at all.
All right. I've got an idea, but you're not gonna like it.
We send Lilith to go find out what's going on.
No, I said you weren't gonna like it. I'm gonna go look.
You're right, I don't like it.
I have the stone. I can message if I need anything, and you will be here to wake up the rest and bring them.
Okay.
I can see better out there than you can. I'm assuming. Is it still dark?
That's not really possible.
You just gotta trust me on this, big guy.
Why I do trust you, just that everyone touts your guys' ability to see in the dark, and I'm just not buying it.
That's the
But,
part you needed to trust me about.
I've seen you eat carrots. I know we're good on that one.
I'm just gonna start walking.
Okay. All right.
Quietly.
Are you okay? Let's go ahead and roll your stealth.
Oof.
Nice.
So I'm
He
just gonna
turns around to walk away,
stomp
and
off.
do stealthily, and slams into a tree. He actually, as he's going across the creek, you hear him, and as he splashes into the water down there.
Second time's a charm.
Somewhere off over here.
Watch your feet. I'm gonna turn into a giant spider.
Okay.
Then I can actually see.
You can. All right. So, Spider Cur comes up alongside you.
Oh no, I'm staying at the camp.
Oh, staying at the camp. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So just hanging out in spider form. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So, Rowan, what are you looking for anything in particular, or just heading off in that direction, or?
Yeah, trying to find the camp they set up, because that's the way he went. So
Okay.
I should run into a camp.
All right.
I mean, like, obviously, I guess I should say looking out for like anything else, but like specifically looking for a camp.
Okay. So you're keeping an eye out for anything that resembles either people presently there or people who were previously there.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and do a perception check then as you're walking along. 15. Okay. So, making your way through, how far are you going?
I mean, I imagine I'd go fairly far just because I don't know where they set up, but like if I don't know if I guess if I noticed like an area where it would be perfect for them to be set up and I passed it, I would probably think something is off, I guess. So I don't know.
Okay. So you're looking for potentially an area that you think would make for a good campsite?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess are you just traveling like 15, 30 minutes, an hour from camp? Because you have a 2-hour watch, and I mean you haven't been on watch for very long as you notice this and you're talking. So
Yeah. Probably not more than 30 minutes, I would think.
okay. All right. So, have you give me 2 other perception checks as you're walking then for the 30 minutes in total. Another 15. Nice.
Let's go for 3. Oh.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. So you walk for the first 10 minutes, and I mean, you think you notice a couple of spots that might be decent for like a campsite that are within 10 minutes of where you are. If you want to, you can either do an investigation or a survival check to see if you notice any signs of camp.
okay.
21. All right. So as you're walking and you think you notice a spot, this spot is only it's within about 100. Like the first spot you come across is about 100 feet away across. So you cross the river, the little creek that's there. So you go up from the camp up the hill, and then down the hill you goes into the creek bed and across. And there's a little spot that's not too far from you guys that would probably make for a pretty decent camp. You don't notice any signs of a camp. However, you do notice that there are 2 distinctive sets of footprints. And some that trail off to like the southeast a little bit. And then the others that were positioned that kind of come back the way you just came. And then it looks like there are, the same sets of footprints. So it looks like there's one that was kind of going a little bit east, one that went a little bit southeast, and then another set of footprints that are both coming approximately back from the same direction, back to where they are now. But you don't notice any footprints going off to the west, north, or south, or anything like that in any other direction. They came back here, and then nothing.
I guess would any of them going the direction if I would just keep walking the same way I've been going?
Nope.
Okay.
They come back here, and then nothing.
I will head back then.
Okay. So yeah, as you're heading back, you do notice that there are like a set of footprints that kind of go along your path as you're watching, and then they kind of get to where the creek bed is. They stop there, and then that's where you notice they turn back around and head back to the west where you just were. And the other ones, you presume, are probably a little further south, but you didn't follow those ones, so.
Yeah, I'll just keep going back to the camp.
Okay. So less than about 5 or 6 minutes after Rowan left, he comes back over the hill.
There's a giant, peacock spider, right in the middle of the camp.
Do I notice that Kerr's missing?
He was, where Kerr kind of was, there's just a spider in his spot now.
I'll just walk up. I hesitate for a second, and then I'm just like,
Yep.
keep walking.
I wave.
Pointing you in different directions now again.
There's people all around? Confused.
I guess I'll turn back.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Every time I try to wave when in that form, I just start like doing this weird little like dance. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like instinctual or something.
Yeah, it's
So what you find?
you didn't need that form.
I can see with like if all of its eyes were gone, I could see around me still. So I did need that form.
Well, there's a fire here. Wait, could you even hear the stone from that form? I don't know how that works.
No, I don't have any ears in that form.
Maybe
I can
not
feel the vibration though.
Does it vibrate? I mean, is it on silent?
No one has the owner's manual.
So I found a place that would have been great for a camp, but I only found 2 sets of tracks. Footprints. One set led me to a creek and back, basically, to the place that I had found. Another set went southeast-ish, but I don't know where they went.
Is there anything like to the southeast of us?
That hill that's kind of at the top where he crested, it just kind of continues around a little bit to the southeast. Well, I mean to your guys' southwest, basically, but
Correct.
Should I check that direction? I mean, I've got time.
Someone should check it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe Lilith.
She can't see anything out there. I'll just start walking off again. Be ready to listen.
I just sit down and then hold the rock in front of me.
okay.
Oh, great. Now he's watching the rock instead of listening to.
All right. So, are you you're traveling? Which way are you going right now?
Just I'll start towards, like, if I'm looking at the hill, the creek would be on the right.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, the creek runs just north south, so I mean,
Okay.
the creek is to the west of the hill.
Okay, I would start like from the left side and work towards the creek on the hill.
Okay.
So like,
So kind of going towards you're like basically walking south.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So you get past this like first tree here. If I can select anything. Yeah, like get past this tree here. The hill kind of starts around this like here and here and here. So it's like it just kind of forms a half, like a quarter circle in that direction.
Okay.
So you walk down and it kind of plateaus for just a little bit and then proceeds down the other side. Where do you, so you're just looking around that hill area for any sets of tracks, right?
Yeah, I'd probably go like towards the top to maybe over it even.
Okay.
Just to kind of look or explore around it or search around it, I guess.
All right, go ahead and make a perception check in advantage.
Ooh. Oh.
11. Okay. Let's see.
Oh. I just died.
No, you're right.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't notice anything there that you're looking for.
Still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Nope. It's just evading you. But every move you make,
Every breath I take.
someone's watching you.
I believe it.
It's Rebecca.
For a while, it was Kerr.
All right. Continuing along the hill then.
Yeah, I'll just like work my way
Right.
towards the river and then back to the
All right, go ahead and give me another perception check
Or
at
the-
advantage then.
creek, I guess I should say, instead of river, but
Okay.
you know what I mean, the water.
Yep, the water.
Oof.
21. All right. So you start walking along, and you find a set of tracks.
Oh.
They're actually, like, you notice that they're actually kind of going, well, they're going back the way you came from. So you either just missed where they were back there, but, I mean, you have a set of tracks that you can follow now.
I will follow.
Okay, so they take you back.
How did I miss these?
And
They're
then
right here.
when you get to that spot, you notice that there's like there's like a set of bushes that are kind of near the top of this hill, and they lead you towards there, and like you push some of the bushes aside, and you notice that tracks end here. Go ahead and make a survival check. $14. Okay. The feet kind of stop, and then there's like there's like two indentations that are there. One that's kind of more pointed, and one that's larger, more rounded. Takes you a few moments of like looking at it to figure out what it is, but it looks like someone was like kneeling down. You know, had the ball of their foot in the ground, and then their knee placed down. And it's kind of pointing in the direction of almost like halfway in like looking halfway in between of where the guy was you were talking to and your guys' camp. So they're kind of looking in that direction. So like he appeared kind of right over here, and it looks like it's just kind of looking in this direction here.
That's odd. I'll just be like, hello?
Okay. Are you just saying that just kind of like a small voice?
Yeah.
Okay. Kerr, you're the Kilnorn, you're listening. Go ahead and give me that perception check. Let's see. Catch anything on the wind. Freaking Legolas up in this bitch. No. This stone. It holds the answers. Probably not. It's worthless as dark vision. It's just terrible. Terrible. No response. Give me just a general like wisdom check.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. Yeah. So if you kind of position yourself in that area,
Yeah.
and you realize that, like, if you were looking in this direction, your field of vision sees where that guy was perfectly, and the camp perfectly. Like, there's just a wide open spot where someone could watch everything, and maybe hear. Like, you're fairly certain that if someone was talking down there, they could probably you could probably hear them. Probably only 100 feet away.
Oh. I'll just say in like a regular talking voice, I'll call out and I'll just be like, Kurt, can you hear me?
Yep.
I'll look over to where the voices come from.
He looks
Yeah.
at you.
And I can hear him pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll start walking back.
Okay.
Because there were no more footprints, right? Like going any other
They
directions?
left.
Oh.
You did see ones that kind of went down the hill, like disappearing,
Like
further
away?
south. And,
Hmm.
and I mean, you saw two sets. You saw the two sets leave and come back. Like, both of them left and come back and came back to their same spot.
Okay.
Basically.
I'll go back to the camp then.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's just me.
Oh, I wasn't worried. I'll put the rock away.
So there's a spot, and I'll point in the direction where the bushes were. Just be like, there's a spot on the hill up there where somebody appeared to be knelt into some bushes. And I feel like they were watching the whole conversation between us and Balin.
Okay. Do you think he's coming back? Or they're coming back? Or it?
Hmm. I don't know.
All right. I will be extra vigilant. You should get some rest. I'll I'll fill Lilith in when I wake her.
Okay.
All right. So you guys finish your watch as you're talking about that, and Lilith is up after Rowan. You go to not necessarily back to sleep, just finishing out your rest at this point necessarily, unless you want to go back to sleep. That's entirely up to you.
I mean, just whatever to finish the long rest, I guess.
Right. Well, because you've already had technically 3 hours down, so I mean,
Okay. Yeah, I'll just.
right now you guys are just kind of finishing your rest so Kovac can finish his meditation. So, but all right.
He'll lay there, but probably not sleep much because he's thinking about what.
Sure. All right. So, all right. So last watch, kill Norn and Lilith. Perception checks.
14.
Still better than what most people do.
True. Oh,
Just roll Lilith.
sorry, I forgot.
That's cool. It's all right.
You
20
were-
for her.
concerned about what's happening.
You were.
I-
I
were
was
scared.
legit thinking in my head,
Yeah.
like
you're
really
good.
actually thinking in my head right now.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So Lilith is paying better attention now after she's gotten some rest. And no. She's scanning the horizon, looking out for stuff, paying attention, and quiet night.
Yep.
She'll just ask if anything's happened while she's been out. So,
I'll fill her in.
oh, okay. Typical Lilith fashion. She wants to go off and investigate herself, of course, because that's also what she does.
Yeah, who
I
would
mean, I
do?
kept
Who would do something like
suggesting that
that?
she
So, if you point it out to her, she'll probably go and look, just because I feel like that's something she would do.
right.
So, do you point it out to her where it
Oh, yeah.
was, or okay? All right, so she'll go investigate in that area.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So she finds does anything make sense? All right. So she takes a look around, finds some tracks, finds the ones that are where they came, like where they kind of came in from. She looks down the hill, the direction they went back, and she'll come back to the party and be rather critical of the person's stealth-like abilities. And apparently they were kind of trash and garbage at being inconspicuous as far as their walking as they went to and fro. So
I will point out that she didn't notice him when he was up there to begin with.
so she doesn't really have a clever comeback for that one, we'll say. But all right, so she'll basically just concur a lot of the stuff that Rowan said from his investigation.
Right.
But now she feels better because she's confirmed it as the obvious de facto leader of the group.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Did I nail the Lilith there? I think I got the Lilith pretty good.
Yeah.
Felt right.
It was
Sounds about right.
spot on. All right, good deal. Rith wakes up and he doesn't care. He just wants to eat.
Yep. Yep.
Everything is fine. Seems good. So, yep, he's good to go in the morning. So, morning comes around. Little bit. I mean, you guys are getting a slightly later start on the day with the extra watch and whatnot. So it is past dawn by the time Kovac you're finally getting up. So
I didn't see footprints between us and the river, though, right? Or the creek, right?
nope,
I mean, I could have just missed them, but I didn't see them.
nope.
During that last hour, I'd like to use my spirit totem ability,
Okay,
and I'll throw down a bear, give
okay,
everyone temporary hit points.
okay. So that way you can get the short rest and get it back.
Yep.
Okay. Got it.
And we all technically get a long rest?
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody achieves a long rest with the extra watch. So
Awesome.
Yay, I got my 2 hit points I needed back.
So Kovac, you can go ahead and heal up from your long rest too. All right, you guys. New day starts. You have probably about 4 to 6 hours of a walk back to Arabelle. Maybe, Eleanor, you think probably 4 or 5 you could make it in.
Okay. Oh,
You've kind of
When-
reevaluated the trek, and you think you can shave a little bit of time off with a better path.
when everybody's when everybody's awake, I'm gonna tell them all like what I found. That I found the tracks on the other side. Found a place where it looked like 2 sets of footprints. One set didn't cross the creek that I saw, and then the other set went to the top of the hill. So I don't know if this is a crazy thought, but maybe the person wasn't a person last night? I don't know if someone can like magic a person to talk to us. Because from the guy on the hill, it would have been completely in his field of vision, and I could talk to Kerr from the bush to the camp without raising my voice and hearing him. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible.
You can make an Arcana check if you'd like.
But sure.
Anybody who wants to can make an Arcana check.
I will give it another think.
Oh,
Oh, my good ones too. Jeez.
yeah,
We're so good.
I know. We're gonna have Lilith roll because she would too. I mean, we know she would. So
Master Arcanist. That's what we are.
Yeah. Rith wouldn't care.
he's not really an arcane person. So
He's the one that knows, though. Just not Sharon.
I mean, I did see 2 sets of footprints, but who's to say that, like, it wasn't the person walking to the creek bed and then being like, oh, no, I'm going to go back, and then circling around. Of course he is. And then maybe the person decided to take a different approach. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas here.
Are there creatures that could do it?
Maybe? I don't.
here's what Rith will say that he knows. That he'll convey in his Rith way. Heard once about dwarves who ran into something that could speak without physical form. Some kind of magic trick. Also heard of illusions. People could make somewhat look like people. Very rough, though. That's what he'll give you guys. With
So
his
it was
natural 20.
Ethan.
Ethan? You mean Eli?
Eli, that's it.
I'm like, Ethan? I haven't Ethan yet.
Eli.
I was going to say Rebecca, but she would leave footprints.
So go ahead and let's see, roll an intelligence check. Anybody who wants to in the party.
I'm going to. I won't probably be very successful, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Uh,
Oh, look at me! I rolled the same, kind of.
Okay. Kovac just springs to your mind first.
Hey,
You do
finally something good.
Yeah. You actually remember that Eli projected his basically like his ability to talk and perceive things all the way to you guys from Arabelle when you were in evenings when you were in the haunted halls. He said he wasn't physically there because he walked basically through the door.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And Keldorn, I mean, as you know, you were in the tub, I think.
oh, when
Somebody,
it happened?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that was blocking the door, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So it occurs to you first there, Kovac. And Rowan, I mean, if he starts to talk about it, I mean, as soon as he says something, you're like, oh. So it's up to Kovac.
Yeah,
if he wants
I'll
to-
definitely. Yep.
Okay.
I'll let him know that I remember that.
And I'll have the same response that I just had when you were explaining it. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I was just kind of joking. It's a little upsetting that actually might be a real option.
Well, no. It's not necessarily him. It's just that there are people that can do it. We've seen it.
But
It was his form when he talked to you, though. I mean, you guys don't know if he can change it necessarily, but you do know that when Eli appeared, he looked like Eli.
Hmm. This is really weird.
is there a reason for that? I mean, beyond the flame, for someone to be like watching us like that?
I mean, sure, there's probably many people that might want to watch us, you know? I don't know. Just made that up.
It it felt like it. We've not been doing this long enough to like accrue uh, uh arch rivals
Well,
and antagonists.
I mean, I made some when I met you, but
But they're drunkards.
right, but maybe they're powerful drunkards.
Yeah, I never thought about that. That's I guess it's a possibility.
uh when we talked to or when Rith talked to the flame, was he the only one there, or did he have people with him that we saw? I guess would be.
When Rith talked to him, it was only the two of them at the table.
Okay.
It was in the middle of the pit, so there were other people there.
I just couldn't remember if there were people that. Okay, well, what about the No, I think I talked to another Dragonborn when we exited the halls, or was it a person?
There, when you exited the halls, there was a dragonborn that was there, but you talked to a person.
Did it look
So-
like this person? Is the question. I'm just trying to like recollect if this person would look like anyone that may have been with the flame that we had seen.
Do a. A wisdom check, just to kind of refresh your memory, I guess. See what you remember.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm very
21.
wise
There
today.
you go. You are very wise today. No. No, that guy was that was a different, unique look.
Sure. Okay.
We could inquire at the post office. Like, he at least acted like he was supposed to be an adventurer of some sort. So maybe he is a real person.
He also gave
And-
us like a name of a powerful person from that city. Maybe they would know. I don't know how far the city is from
Yeah.
Arabelle, but
How
Down the
far is
road.
it?
As far as it from Arabelle?
Mhm.
Yeah. It's a wrong window.
I think it's straight south, right?
It was basically straight south, yeah. So it was. Let me give you kind of a rough distance here. Stuff. Do do. Probably about 50 to 60 miles, you think?
maybe
Okay.
maybe close enough that they would know, like someone might know about the city itself or something.
Right.
I think it would be like a ask the right person maybe situation.
Well, he suggested he was of family of
Mayor's son.
importance.
Yeah.
So maybe we should ask the people we know who are of that level of importance in Arabelle.
Also, with your post office idea, he did know why we were here.
Yeah.
So we could also ask there if there was someone that came in and asked about this quest, mission, whatever.
Right.
We've turned into researchers.
Detective
It's
Road.
the level of adventuring Kerr prefers.
True. No killing in this instance, right? You know?
Kovac also prefers because he gets to look in books a lot of times, right? Wait, he hasn't done that part yet, has he? I think everyone except for him has been to the library.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think both
Kovac
times
has his own library. He's okay. Yeah, both times he's gotten out of that.
he's been off somewhere else. I think keeping him on track with that many books available to him probably
True.
would have been a harder.
That one
part.
goes.
Yeah.
True.
Like, we need to research that. Okay, you guys have fun. There's a section over there that looks really interesting.
He's going into the do not enter section.
The restricted section.
All right. Yeah. Best plan of action is just maybe ask around when we get back to town.
Yep.
Yep. Well, let's head out then. Huh?
All right. So you guys take your journey back home?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So with Kelnoran leading the way, you think you found a slight shortcut based on your previous path, and make it back right as the sun is hitting about its midpoint. So either close to noon or soon thereafter. So you guys stroll in through the southern gate into the city is there, or the inn is there, whichever one you guys want to head towards first.
Drop off our traveling gear, then start asking about.
Might as well, yeah.
Maybe Lilith and Riz should keep an eye on the place while we're gone.
There you go.
Or go to the
Not bad idea.
library. No, I'm just kidding.
They can go research again. All right, so Lilith and Rith will get there, kind of put away their gear, and you guys can put away yours, and they'll keep an eye on the place. So,
Rith's probably working on some like grinding some weapons or something.
he does have stuff he can do. So, all right. So you guys head back out to the post office. Is that where you said you were going first, or do you want to? Where do you want to head to in the Arabelle map?
Yeah, might be best first stop, maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
We can hit Iglar's. I mean, he might have a contact, so he might know.
Is it on the way? On the way?
I think it is.
Iglar is a little further up,
Okay.
unless you're thinking of El Hazir.
No.
Okay. Because the only house that's on the way to the post office was Lord Hiltred.
I actually thought you meant El Hazir as well. Don't know. I don't know why.
So yeah, Lord Hiltred's place is on the way. It's just inside the south gate. El Hazir's is kind of on the way. Otherwise, you can just head towards the post office. Iglar's home is kind of on the way if he's there, but most of the time he is
At the wine
at his
place.
establishment. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say post office first.
Okay.
All right. You guys head up towards the post office. Walk on inside, and there is a familiar face behind the counter.
Not Shelby.
It is Shelby.
Oh, okay. It is Shelby this time.
So she looks up and sees the three of you come in and says, "Oh, it's been a while since I've seen you guys in here. Not due to you not coming in, but well, how can I help you today?"
I'll just turn to look at Rowan, like big dumb grin on the face.
Wait. Oddly enough, this time just kind of came for information, possibly.
Okay.
We'll start with. So we just finished the contract for helping out in Bossbeer.
Yeah, we just got a messenger hawk that came back in with a recap from Mayor Shieldbite. I think the captain back there is taking a look at it right now.
So I guess the question about it is, has anyone asked about it within the last couple days other than us?
Let me
I know-
take a look.
I was gonna say, I know you weren't here every day, but
No, I've just been back since yesterday, but let me take a look at the book and see. See. Oh yeah, Jenkins was here. Okay.
While she's not looking, I'll nudge Rowan a little bit.
I give him a little bit of a stiff elbow. Not like too
Looks-
hard, but
She looks there. No one else either requested or requested any information about it. Did you run into somebody else or?
yeah. Question mark at the end.
Another group from here? I mean, we've had another group that's been kind of active, but they're fairly new to the scene like you.
Yeah, well, Okay, the guy said he was from MRC.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they're a couple days south of here.
Do you know much about the place?
I mean it's kind of I mean it's a smaller port town that's off of the Wyvern water lake down there. Um so I mean I guess it's kind of the main city on that body of water there. So I mean a lot of fishing trade flows through it.
I
It's a
know.
common stopping place for people on the way south towards like Suzelle.
When people register like we did, does that information get passed to different towns so that they can be checked up on or verified or whatever?
Well, yeah, I mean the charter system is it works in the entire kingdom of Cormire.
Oh,
So
but they probably would have had to come here to do it, though, right? Or like,
not
would
necessarily. I
this be the
mean,
closest? I guess would be my question.
I mean, if it was the Bospear job, I mean, uh, Bospear isn't. It's kind of. I mean, if you're taking the lake, then it wouldn't be too far from Immersea. Um, so I
Uh,
mean, like,
I meant like the part of as far as like registering as a charter, because there
no,
were
I mean
only
you
certain
could.
places you could do that, right?
Yeah, you could do it down in like Suzelle. I don't think
Oh,
Immersea has one necessarily, but um, Marcinby is another southern port town that's kind of one of the bigger cities. But and then I think the keep to the northeast or northwest part. Uh, and when she says that, I mean Kern or Kelnorn and Rowan, you guys are familiar to one you passed through as you were coming into Cormire originally, where
Okay.
you picked up your first job. So um, she's like, yeah, those are the main places that the charters can register. But I mean, we have boards that I mean, jobs can be posted to multiple boards at the same time.
But do you happen to know who's on the different active charters?
Yeah, I mean we have the most recent list that's come to us probably since the beginning of this week. So, I mean, if there's been any changes in the last day or two, I probably wouldn't have those, but something, I mean, something bad happened out there?
not bad per
No.
se.
Odd?
Yeah, I was gonna go with odd as
Strange.
well.
Oh. Um well, I mean, we're not should kind of talk a little quiet. She's like, we're not really always supposed to give out information about who else takes jobs necessarily. But I mean, if you if you're feeling any kind of danger from the situation, I guess I could help out. Um, what happened?
Uh, Last night, as we were setting up for camp, a gentleman walked up. I do walked in quote air quotes. A gentleman walked up. um, Said he had heard about the problems in Bossbeer and was heading out to check on it. Asked us who we were, what we were doing. Told us his name was Balin Sudokar or Sudokar.
Oh, yeah, the Sudakar families, they've been um, kind of I guess, the Crown's established leadership in Immersea for a while.
Well,
Not familiar with Balin myself, but I'm not familiar with the family members, but I know the name.
he said he was just making sure we weren't like ruffians, you know, anything to worry about. And then he left.
I followed him, but he wasn't really there.
Kind of looks at you strange for a moment, like not really there.
But yeah, you're like when like someone walks across the floor that you can hear the footsteps and the boards
Yeah.
creaking. He didn't do that. He walked, but didn't rustle any leaves or any of the little twigs and bushes he walked past. None of
Huh.
it reacted to his person.
Yeah, that's a bit odd. Should say, well, I don't. Let me take a look here. Hold on a second. Should say, I don't know if any of the Sudokars are the adventuring type, but she's saying, she starts flipping through some pages as she's talking. I mean, it's possible that they could have heard something about what was happening in Bosphere as just like rumors or news that was passing by. I mean, those two towns are, I mean, fairly close in proximity, so I guess it wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibility. See Emercy. Hmm, I don't see any Sudokars on any registered charters. So I mean, if he was out, I don't know if it was out on a charter business. Sorry, I don't see him in here.
That's fine.
Sorry, I wish I could be more help in that regard.
I think that actually kind of answers the question we came for, but this adds new ones.
I know that feeling.
Do you maybe know someone that would know the family enough to maybe like describe him?
Well, the I mean, he's probably the most well-connected person in the Arabelle, but I know you've talked to him before, but I mean, Lord Hiltred is probably the most knowledgeable of the families. Politics is kind of his thing. I mean, I know Master Aguilar keeps a fair amount of contacts. Other than that, I would say that let's see. I mean, the Folans are pretty well connected, but I'm not sure if they'll want to talk too much right now. But I mean, you could always check at the palace too, but that might be a little bit harder to get an audience.
Right. Plus, what would we say?
Yeah, that's
We're just here to look in on a well to do family who might be stalking us. Could you help us out, please?
I like that though. It's direct.
I was trying to channel Lilith as best possible.
that might come across as a bit too direct.
I don't do most of the talking.
Yeah, I think that I mean I think that actually helps like a little, you know. It definitely answered a few questions.
Well, good. I'm glad I could provide a little bit of help. Oh, is there anything else I can help you with right now?
Mm, I think that's all we needed for now. And we might speak to the other people that you mentioned that may be helpful.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be here this afternoon if you need anything else. So, otherwise, good luck. Good. It's good to see all of you again.
Good to see you too.
Yep.
Yeah.
See ya. And I
Bye.
walk out.
It's good to have you back. And I'll follow suit.
I assume you left as well, Kovac.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're not one to
Yeah.
linger.
He's
No,
going
I.
to decide to stay behind awkwardly.
Just standing there looking.
All right. What would you guys like to do next?
Well,
Regulars?
sure. Do maybe have one question. You know, since it's just the three of us here.
Yes.
That letter that you guys found
Yeah.
at the
Oh.
wizard
Yes.
house. Could it be that guy? The one that wants to speak to us?
I mean, anything's possible. Be kind of odd for him to disguise himself. So I don't know.
It's like there's two people that I mean, like that guy wants to talk to us, to you and I, and then the flame would maybe be watching us. I don't know like who else. Lord Hiltred may hate us because of the first thing when we killed the guy on accident.
Yeah.
I mean, he did ask you to do another job for him to kind of make up for it. So,
Yeah.
Not sure. Not sure what to think about this at the moment.
Maybe it deals with the party. Like it's supposed to be involving all the active adventurers, so maybe it's someone looking in, seeing if they're actually adventuring. Seems a bit of a stretch.
Like checking in on the charter?
Yeah,
I feel like we would have been told that back there though.
that's a good point.
Like
Let's
if,
not.
if it was Jenkins, I feel like maybe he wouldn't tell, but
Maybe the party is a good opportunity to bring up this conversation. A lot of important individuals there.
true.
Yeah, a lot of people want to be there.
I'm not saying you have to.
Should we still ask Iglar? Or Hiltrid, or just save it?
I'm not sure I'd want to ask Lord Hiltrid.
Yeah, I'm not the most fond of him, but
Iglar seems like a good idea, though.
I mean, he might have contacts there. Maybe he like sends some of his products there.
Right. Direct order type of thing.
Yeah.
Seems as good as any, I suppose.
Make our
Off to the
way
fine wines.
to Iglars.
All right. You make your way to the fine wines. Iglars, fine wines. Head on inside. You know, roughly around lunchtime or so. So, I mean, places. I mean, it's decently busy. See one of the servers behind the desk that recognizes your group as you come in and says, "Oh, welcome back. Can I get you a table, or are you here to see Master Iglar again?"
I mean, maybe both. It is lunchtime.
It
Yeah,
is.
do they have
indeed.
food here too? Do you have food here?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like a good idea.
Let's
Okay.
do both.
All right. So
I mean,
he will.
if he's busy, we can eat first. If he's not busy, we can meet first and then eat after.
Well, if you would like me to check, I can see if he has a free moment.
Yeah, please.
Okay, very well.
Please.
If you wish to wait here for me, I will check for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She will retreat back to the office he has set up back in the corner. After she goes in, less than 30 seconds later, you see Iglar come out, sees you, smiles, and makes his way over towards you guys. Oh, good afternoon. Welcome back. I've heard there's a report of your travels up in Bosby already come back. Favorable thus far. From what I've heard from news traveling around, the mayor gave your group quite the glowing recommendation. But I don't presume that's why you're here necessarily.
It's tangentially connected.
I enjoy tangents. Well, shall we take a seat and we can speak if you'd like. I have some free time.
Sure.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Yep.
Fantastic. Anything to eat right now, or are you guys?
Yeah, sure. we
We
can
could
eat
eat.
some food, yeah. If you don't
Alright.
mind if we eat while we talk.
I find that the best conversations happen when food is present.
Unless you're with Rith. Because his
I
mouth's
enjoy
like
his
always.
enthusiasm.
But I mean, his mouth's
enjoy
always
his-
full. You can't understand
but-
him.
I enjoy his enthusiasm. He's refreshingly authentic.
True.
But yes, he'll call the server order. She'll take your orders, and he'll direct you to a table in the back and say, "Please sit." They'll bring food out shortly, but in the meantime, what can I help you with?
Are you familiar with the Sudakar family from Immercy?
Immercy?
Yeah.
Yes. Very, very prominent family down there. They've been in the good graces of the crown for quite some time.
Do you know a Balin Sudakar?
The name does not necessarily ring a bell.
Allegedly
Been-
the son of the mayor.
I've met the current mayor and his children, unless he's had one recently. I don't recall a Balin. It was a number of years. It was a 4 or 5 years ago, potentially. But I don't recall a Balin. No.
Well, last night we met someone claiming. No, we met a thing claiming to be him.
Okay. A thing.
Yeah, it was. Risk called it like an illusion, but it spoke and could interact with us. And
Spoke with
one,
you and could interact, so that there was sound coming from it.
yes,
Okay.
I'll describe the appearance to him as well, like what it looked like. Blonde
Oh.
hair or fair hair or blonde hair with, you know.
Blonde hair with a neat trim beard,
Yeah.
6 foot. I mean, that is the resemblance of several of the Sudakar family that I've met before, and they tend to have fairly vibrant blonde hair, roughly about that height. Hmm. And you said you're sure it was an illusion?
yes, I tracked it, followed it fairly closely as a fox. It didn't interact with the forest floor at all.
Okay, so it didn't make any footsteps,
Right?
no
No
sounds,
sounds, no rustling of
spoke to
leaves.
you. Did you see anyone in the vicinity?
No, we
We we
did.
we didn't directly, but later I went out looking because they said they were camped, you know, away near us.
Mm-hmm.
So I went looking for the camp. I only found a spot where there were two sets of tracks, one leading towards where this thing came from, but it stopped like halfway ish between our camp and theirs. And then
Okay.
another set that went to a hill in a bush that overlooked our camp.
How far?
100 feet ish.
And these.
I could speak to Kerr from the bush and he could hear me like normal speaking.
Okay. And you said there were two sets of footprints?
Yeah, one went to like a creek that was kind of between where I found the biggest amount of their footprints,
Uh-huh.
but didn't go all the way to our camp. And then the other set went around to this hill that overlooked our camp.
Okay.
So like it was like someone was watching from that bush as this thing approached us.
Okay. And from its vantage point, would they have had clear look down the hill on the other side?
Like behind them or what? I mean, what are you?
So you said it came over the hill, right?
Yeah, it was on top of the hill basically.
Okay. Would they have, from this vantage point, been able to see over the hill on both sides?
Yeah.
He pulls out like a little piece of like fleece, and you see him do a few movements, snap and say a word, and off in the corner, you see what looks like another Iglar. It just walks towards you guys, saying, "Like that." And the voice, the "like that" doesn't come from him. It comes from the other one that's like walks towards you guys.
Very much like that.
Okay. Well, snaps his fingers and it goes away. Well, that's interesting. Say, magic. Any of you guys users trained otherwise?
I I can do magic, but I can't do that.
Same.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a little. It's a spell that I picked up after watching a couple of other more potent users. I believe they call it Major Image. That's the name of the spell. Generally have to have line of sight in order to. You can make it move, interact, make sounds, and you can pick the appearance. It's very. It can be very detailed as far as what you want it to look like. I believe people can. I believe that there have been rumors you can even have it emit smells and such, so it can appear fairly lifelike. I mean, any kind of interaction with it, if you were to touch it, you would recognize that it's not there. But
And you
otherwise,
said you have to have line of sight.
yes. In order to, I mean, I could do that outside, but once it's out there, I mean, I can keep it going for 5-10 minutes or so. And then, but if I can't see it, then it just kind of stands there. Doesn't do anything. But if
Like-
I can see it, then I could tell it to, I could just move it, make it do other things, talk to people.
So that must be a little different than what Eli had performed.
Well, I'm not certain. What did he do?
Well,
He was not within line of sight, and from what we understood, he was quite a ways away from us when he did it, and he walked through the wall.
and me.
Oh,
And you, that's right.
so well, I mean, I do know that there are spells that are capable of allowing you to appear distances away. It's a bit beyond my ability. Takes quite a bit of either training or just innate natural power. That's, like I said, just beyond my abilities to do. But I think it's kind of similar in the same vein as that particular one, just a bit more potent.
Interesting.
I almost feel like it may have been the first one, the spell that you just did, with the person being so close.
With the level of skill and ability it takes to do that, how concerned should we be about
I
someone
mean, I
using
wouldn't
it?
say it's I wouldn't say it's necessarily a beginner level spell, nor is it on the levels of some of the archmages or even the war wizards. I think the many of the war wizards would find an illusionary spell like that to be rather commonplace for them to be able to do. So I mean, it's hard to say. But I mean, if anyone could cast that, I mean, it's obvious they could probably perform some other spells that might be dangerous.
Like on a scale of 1 to like 20.
I don't know, I'd probably give that a solid 6, maybe 5 or 6.
Okay.
Very odd scale number. Normally people go like 1 to 10.
Right.
I guess maybe Furball culture is different. I don't know.
Yeah, we use a base 20 system for all
Oh.
our mathematics.
Okay. It's different, but say if it works, I'm not going to judge. So, but yeah, I would say solid 6-7 maybe. Yeah. And so the person that you witnessed took the form of this Balin, Sudakar, and there were 2 sets of footprints, and then you're not sure where they went after that.
Yeah, I only saw the 2 sets.
Well, potentially just keep an eye out, I guess, or listen. If I hear anything come through that mentions you guys or anybody asking about you, I could certainly let you know.
Oh
Dude.
shoot!
What?
We should report a murder.
What?
What if no
murder?
one? Yeah, we did a we did a contract for a guy that lives outside the city, and we came back and he was dead.
There was no body, just a
Okay,
lot of blood.
okay, fine. A missing persons report. There, but you said there was blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably let them, the guards at the post office, know about that.
I just thought about that. Like people might not know.
Yeah, it's been a bit go for us. Guess it flipped our attention.
Maybe I don't know, maybe take a few days to yourself. Seems like you guys have had quite the interesting piece. Sorry, I haven't caught up with you guys in a while, so I'm not. I'd love to hear about these other jobs aside from, of course, the potentially dead missing person. That sounds kind of awful.
Yeah, it does sound pretty awful.
Yeah.
Wait, what was his? His name was Caleb
Connor. Hang on, I'm pulling them up.
Connor Eston or
Name doesn't really sound familiar. As you said, he lived outside the city, though.
yeah, outside the actual East Gate.
Oh,
Half
okay.
mile east of the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it was
Connor
a tower,
Eston.
right? Like to the end. It was a tower.
Okay.
Or
I
just
mean,
And had a green awning.
okay. I think I know the one you're talking about. To my last recollection, that's been abandoned for the last decade.
Oh,
I think there was an alchemist that might have lived there last, if I remember correctly. Sorry, a decade ago. It's a while, but
And did he move or what happened to him?
I don't quite remember. I think he might have moved. Might have been abandoned less than a decade. He's like, well, let's think. I think it was during the war that it actually. Yeah, so inside the last decade, 6-7 years ago, probably. I think he moved his shop inside the city,
Interesting.
and then I think after I haven't heard from him since that point. I think he actually went south, maybe. But last I knew, that old tower was abandoned.
Okay.
I mean, I could do some asking around and see if anybody remembers the name. And you said he gave you a job?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
we're just trying to make the brand sound good, you know?
I appreciate that. I mean, that's where. Do you mind me asking what the job was?
We were sent to collect a rare flower in the Shadowfell.
He sent you to the Shadowfell?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's. Did he go with you to bring you back? I mean, from my understanding, there's a spell that I mean, if few can achieve.
There's it was it's a fort north of us.
Yeah, he gave us a
Silverton?
letter. He gave us a letter that got us into at the Tilverton Scar.
So an individual who had the ability to write a missive that will allow you into the Tilverton Scar. Connor.
I mean, he could have been lying about his name for all we know, because he wouldn't. He told us we couldn't open the letter.
Well, no, I mean that would be commonplace. Those
Yeah.
are not the ability to allow access into the Tilverton Scar is very limited, and the Purple Knights up there are, we'll say, dutiful in their diligence. Interesting. Oh, I may have to look into that. Honor. You thought it started with an
Connor.
E for the last name?
Yeah, Aston
Connor
or
Eston.
yeah,
Eston.
yeah.
Connor
Okay.
Eston.
All right, I will do some inquiries.
Thank you.
Yeah. Be
If you
curious to
wanna-
find out.
Yeah, I would still report if you think he's been missing or potentially there is a murder there. Definitely let the guard know. Sure,
Yeah.
they would be intrigued. So, during this time, food does come for you guys as well. So, anything else?
Oh,
That's about it.
sorry, something completely different topic.
Yes.
Uh, like, possibly about like cohabitating at the inn to an extent.
Is there someone else that you want to bring in?
No, no, no. We were kind of thinking that maybe like, so we don't get in the way of your business.
Mhm.
If we would maybe be able to use like the old servants' quarters, but maybe expand a little bit on it, like build a couple rooms for us and then have like an office in the front of it or something.
Well, I mean, I had intended to take that building down to expand the stables back into that area. I could potentially expand them laterally. Um, he'll look towards you, Kelnor, and say, hey, it would require me to remove a few trees to clear out some space, provided you're
That's necessary sometimes,
okay.
as long as it's not overly intrusive.
It would not be wasteful. We might be able to use some of the wood from there for some either other projects or something else. But if you wanted to expand it, I mean, I would. I had my people look at it, but honestly, I would. If you wanted to use that part to kind of create your own office area, I'm guessing you're thinking of, or are you thinking of putting a residence in there for yourself as well?
Yeah, we just kind of thought that to an extent it helps, I guess, both parties involved. Like one, we're it's more rooms for you to rent to like travelers as opposed to us taking up the rooms.
Of course, yes.
And then also like it kind of helps, I guess, mitigate between the two. Like, so if we become popular and people come to see us all the time, they're not interrupting your business inside per se when,
Very well. And well, like I said, are you wanting to for this building out there? Are you wanting to have just a spot where you're able to meet with people, or are you wanting to have your residence in there as well, some rooms for yourself?
yeah, I think we were leaning towards like an office and then also uh like rooms to stay in as well. Like so or like
Okay.
a combination of both, maybe.
Okay. Any additional help or individuals you were planning to bring on?
We were trying to find someone that could help out with like watching while we were like out of town or stuff to help, you know what I mean? Like, so if someone shows up, that there would be a person there to at least greet them
Of course.
and talk to them about what they need or.
Very well.
I don't know if
Well,
they would need a room or not. I have no idea. I'm assuming they have a place here in town, but
well, I guess depending on what you want their duties to be, in most cases, whenever you have some sort of either servant or butler or steward of your establishment, many of them find it appealing to have some sort of room and board provided. In my personal experience, but it's up to each and their own discretion. But I would say, well, let me think on it. I think we can probably come to some sort of agreement. But if you wanted to do that, my recommendation, based off of the individuals that are overseeing the construction of the addition, is that that building was of shoddy construction and would more than likely be better off just knocked over. I could potentially have them do that, or if you wished to remove the structure yourself in order to clear a way for a new one, potentially we could see about some sort of agreement there. Might involve a little bit of extra cost on your behalf if you're wanting a building there, and maybe we could come to some sort of agreement with some sort of trophies or paraphernalia being displayed inside the tavern to draw people in,
That's,
trophies and such.
well, there's
Right.
already Chimera trophy.
Oh, I mean that would be. They are fearsome beasts, but that would be quite a mantelpiece. But anything else you might run across, if you were to bring it back and have a taxidermy, maybe we can start to build a little bit of a reputation.
Yeah.
yeah, and as far as like customary things on the business end, we would definitely look to your advice. As far as like you were telling us about if someone's working for us, it might be better to have, room and board for them. Things like that. That any advice that you could give to help out, I can personally say I'm open for. I'm assuming the rest would probably also be open for advice.
I've never really
Yes.
had a need for it, so yeah.
Well, most of what I know I've learned from asking those that were smarter or more successful than myself. So I've always felt it prudent to seek advice as well. But Yeah, I'll think about it, but I believe we can come to some sort of agreement on that. Um, I don't necessarily see a downside, so to speak, but and I'll look into this Connor Eston as well. Well, anything else I can help you with right now?
I think that's all I got.
Very well. If you want to do any more, if you had any other questions about the Sudakar family, I would probably, like I said, I've interacted with them a few times. Pierce, or sorry, Lord Hiltred is an excellent source as well. I mean, it's kind of his domain a little bit more so than me as far as the nobles of Cormire go. But if you feel satisfied on that avenue, then I believe it more than likely was maybe someone who potentially met a Sudakar and was impersonating one. I'm not sure, but it seemed reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate the help.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
And he'll eat lunch with you guys while we just chat about whatever, and then you guys are free to continue on.
Just in case you guys are wondering, it's fingers and toes. The base 10 thing, and base 20.
Oh.
How many digits we have?
That makes sense.
Uh-huh.
What if
Yep.
someone had like more things to count, like horns and tail?
Well, you do it in sections of 20. You got 20 and then another 20 and then another 20. And that's 60.
Gotcha. Are we walking back at this point, I guess?
Wherever you
I
guys are
hope
going
so.
to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, once we get outside, I'm just gonna be like, guys, I just had this crazy thought again.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm full of them. What
Okay.
if this person set this all up? The Connor guy. Maybe his name wasn't Connor. Maybe he put the feelers out there with the contract to try to find a group that could accomplish something that he needs done that would be strong enough to go get this flower. And maybe it was him watching us afterwards. Maybe
That does not.
the tower was
Go ahead.
staged to look like something happened there, but nothing really did. He just left.
What was what I found in the tower legit?
From what you could tell, I mean, it looked like it was old dried blood. It was similar color, and the spray pattern and everything like that seemed like blood. I think you rolled pretty high in your medicine check on that one. No, I mean, it seems like a pretty legit arterial spray.
Even if that were so, I do not believe we would want to work for this individual.
Yeah, it kind of scares me a little bit, is what I'm trying to say. I just thought that maybe he would. I mean, I'm just assuming he knows magic. He may not, but like maybe he would be well versed enough to use a spell that could send someone to talk to us, or to send a image to talk to us.
It could very well be. He was very cagey with his magical abilities, so I do not know their extent.
I think I'm about to go down like a rabbit hole of just. I'm
What if?
gonna start wearing a tinfoil hat soon.
They're uncomfortable. I tried it for a decade.
Just a bunch of conspiracy theories. But anyway, maybe we should at least report.
Just get back to the post office.
Yeah. Sorry that I blurted that out in Iglar's place, but it just came to me that we should probably report it because it's not really like in the city, and who knows how many people actually check on this dude.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a good
Didn't
idea. I
run it
completely didn't think about it.
I think you guys did that whole thing where you're like, we should report this to the guards, and then left town.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Didn't we like stop? No, we did. We had a night here after we went to his place and then
Mhm.
left. I was
Yeah.
thinking we stopped there and then left, but no, we spent a night here even.
You guys would have been the stereotypical one where they're like, you're not planning on leaving town anytime soon, are you? As they're trying to question people about motive. You're like, no, yeah, we're leaving tonight. So it's not suspicious at all.
Leaving town
But
now.
no one
See ya.
knew. So yeah.
So back to the post office.
All right. Back in you go. Shelby's still there.
Hey, it's been a while.
Hello again.
Welcome back. What can I? Did you forget something?
I want to go look at the the postings and just
Okay.
stare at the walls.
Yeah, we kind of forgot something.
Okay.
So we took a contract. For a guy just outside the city. Well, I guess you would see our contracts, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can take a look in the book and see what you took recently.
It was not the Boss Beer one, but we took it actually as at the same time that we took the Boss Beer one.
Okay. The Shadowfell job?
Yeah. We were sent to a man outside the city named Connor Eston or Eston or
Okay.
Connor. So we accepted the contract. We completed the contract. We came here. We were told to go there or something, I think. So we went there. And when we got there, apparently he was just gone. And it appeared to be maybe he didn't go willingly.
Oh. Okay.
And we thought we
how
should
long ago?
report to
3 days.
3 days?
3 days.
3 days ago?
Maybe 4.
Okay. Let me. All right, let me go ahead and just get a report here that I can start to file.
We last talked to him like 5 days ago, or whatever day we accepted the contract. Okay. I think we went and talked to him.
Maybe.
We can hear you.
Yep.
Yeah, it was my earpiece.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
All
right.
Sure you can hear us. Okay, cool.
So
everything back.
I think we went and talked to him the day that we accepted the contract, or the next day. And I think we took like 2 to 3 days to complete that contract. And then we went to... It was the 5th.
Foster.
It was the 5th that we left to complete the first contract. So we talked to him either the 3rd or the 4th or somewhere in that vicinity. So as far as we know, that's the last time that someone
So a 10-day ago.
Yep. Because I remember we left with exactly 10 days until the ball.
Okay. Okay. Pulls out like a piece of parchment, she starts taking notes, and she stopped for a little while there as you were going through all the days and everything, and so either the 3rd or the 4th, you believe, is the last day you spoke to him. She looks at the thing. You took the job on the 4th, and then you left the next day?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Elent 4, you used the last day he was seen, and then you returned after the job,
Yes, which
and
took
he was
probably,
missing.
yeah, which took maybe 3 days, I think, to do that one.
Okay, so all right. Just filling in all the information.
Yeah.
And
Seems like there's a few days in there that it might have taken longer than 3 days. Because we're 8 days from then. Maybe like 4 days. I don't know.
It was roughly 3 days of travel. This job looks good.
Thanks for the help.
Uh-huh.
okay, so I will go ahead and I'll put this in, and we'll send someone out that direction. Just looks at the posting. Okay, he's at the old alchemist tower. Okay, makes a note. All right, I'll have someone take a look at it then. It's weird that he would just disappear like that, but I'm not familiar with the name myself, so I'll have someone take. We'll have someone take a look at it though.
Sounds good.
So you guys are going to the charter dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we thought it would be probably good to show face, I guess. And
Yeah. I paid, so Lilith would get mad, but I really have been trying not to go.
Well, from what I've heard, the menu is supposed to be quite nice. Food's supposed to be good, and they've got entertainment there for people. From my understanding, Master Agler is going to be providing the wine as well. But
nice.
I definitely don't want to go.
well, it sounds like a nice event.
Where's it held at?
The uh, see, it's one of the estates that's right across from the. I'll say it's right next to Master Aglar's wines.
Oh, okay.
His fine wines. So there's a larger noble house up there. She's like, I apologize, I don't remember the name of it right now, but yeah, it should be right up there.
I gotcha. Cool. We're just gonna scope out the competition.
Oh, from what I've heard, there's 5 or 6 of the other charters are going to be there, so
Right on.
should be a good opportunity to chat.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, that's for sure. I can't wait to see Rith wear his fancy shirt.
Rith has a fancy shirt.
Yeah.
Does he have fancy pants or shoes?
He has pants.
That should be a sight then.
Yeah.
I have a hard time imagining him dressed up.
Yeah. So do we.
Well, anything else I can help you guys with?
Nah, I think that's it. We just thought we should come by and let someone know about the tower.
Yeah, that's definitely good. I'll have some, like I said, I'll pass this on so that way they can take a look at it. And we'll let you know what we find out. If they have any questions, I'm sure they'll reach out to you guys as well.
Sounds good.
Okay. Kind of looks around the room a bit. All right. Well, there's anything else, you know where to find me.
Yep. Thanks for everything.
Of course.
See ya.
Bye.
This one looks really good. We should do this one. And I just kind of point randomly at the wall and like walk out while I'm doing it.
All right.
Anywhere else we should go, or
I can think of places I'd really like to be right now. But we should probably go back to the inn.
I mean, I feel content, kind of, with the information that Iglar gave us, unless either of you think maybe we should ask Hiltrid for sure if like Balin is a kid, like or a son to the mayor guy.
I mean, if he knows him, he would be the one to fully confirm it. But I I have this feeling that he's not going to be inclined to really help us too much.
I mean, we don't know until we ask, I guess.
That's true.
Let's just go
Okay.
ask.
You heading towards towards Hiltrid's place then?
Yeah.
All right. So it's just south directly from the post office along the west road, though. That goes south. So takes you only a few minutes to make your way down there. And knock on the door. The house's butler greets you. How can I help you?
Yes, is Master Hiltrid home? I don't remember his first
I'm just gonna kind of look down at him, like wide-eyed.
name. Is the master of the house home?
He is. May I tell him who's calling?
The Outlanders. Some of us have spoke to him before.
Ah,
We also helped with getting some of his supplies back, I believe.
very well. If you wish to wait here just a moment, allow me to see if he's available.
Sure.
We'll shut the door and leave you standing on this on the entrance there, outside the house. And about 3 or 4 minutes later, the door opens and it's Lord Hiltrid there. He looks out. Ah. Fine to see you again.
Yeah. Good day, sir. Evening, afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Yes, of course. Please come in.
Sure.
It's a good start. It's a good start.
Thanks.
Indeed. How can I? Well, is Do you guys need to sit down and chat, or did you have what can I help you with?
I mean, really, I just have like a question, maybe two. It shouldn't take too long, I wouldn't think.
Very well. Please
Um,
proceed.
we were told that you possibly know the Sudakar family from Emersey fairly well, possibly.
Extensively, yes.
Okay, so do you know? I don't know the mayor's name, but do you know if the mayor has a son named Balin?
No.
Hmm.
Was someone approaching you using the Sudokar name?
Yes.
When?
Last
Yes.
night.
Yeah, last night.
Where?
In the woods just south of here.
Yeah. Yeah, between here and Bossbeer.
You did the Bosbeer job?
Yeah.
Okay. Say I'm a bit surprised. I did not get the impression that one of your companions would do a job for such meager pay, but it's good that it was done. They are good community.
That companion didn't get a choice.
Sometimes we have to force those along with us for the greater good. But last night you said someone was impersonating a Sudokar.
Right.
Yes.
They used the name Balin.
And I'll describe like the what I saw.
Okay. Well, I mean, based on the very general information, seems like they've probably ran across the Sudokar family. Fairly common look for the males. And how much information did you give him as far as the interaction goes?
I think just mostly just our names. Like that's really all.
Okay.
And we told them that we had they knew about Bossbeer having problems, and we had mentioned that we took care of the contract basically, and then we gave our names, and that's about all that I think was given from our side.
All right. Well, if it had been an actual member of the Sudokar family, it would surprise me if they didn't know about the occurrences in Bosphere, but given the fact that they obviously were not. And did you ever find out the true identity of this person?
It was an illusion.
Yeah,
You're certain?
we think that someone sent like an illusion to speak to us, and while they were watching from somewhere else. Like I went out later and followed some tracks to a place that could have overseen our camp while it was there talking to us.
And you did not see this other person?
We didn't.
Okay.
I guess it would maybe be good for the family to know that someone's.
Indeed, it would. I will reach out to Mayor Sudokar and find out if he's had any run-ins here recently, or if anyone stayed there and potentially acted oddly. So, well, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, we were. Iglar had said that you would probably be the one to know the most, and we wanted to. He said he hadn't heard the name, but he said that you would know more than he. So we wanted to try to confirm,
Well, if you have any more run-ins with potential members of the Cormian nobility, I would suggest coming to me first. my area of expertise. A bit more than Master Iglar, as he is well informed. Not to take anything away from him, but the finer sides of court politics are firmly within my domain. But very well, I will take a look at this.
We appreciate your time.
Thank you for coming by. Keep
Have
up the good work out there.
a good rest of your evening, sir.
Have a fine day. He will open the door for you.
Like push us out.
He waits. He waits. Doesn't even slam the door. He just gently closes it.
Oh, nice.
That was not as uncomfortable as I thought it would be.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's all I had. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Heading back to the inn.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I think so.
So you guys head back to the inn to meet back up with Lilith and Rith, who have been inside doing whatever at this point. Rith could have started demo while you guys were gone, but
Oh, good lord.
he doesn't know. He doesn't know yet. That shack will taste hammer, and
It might save us some money if it does.
So you guys go up to the door to open, and behind you, this is where we'll end, you'll hear, "It's been quite a while. Good to see you once again." It's a very familiar voice to you, Kovac. You'll turn around and you'll see a fairly pale-looking elf with long black hair, ears poking out of the side, dressed in very nice clothing. And he'll look towards you, Rowan. "And it is a pleasure to meet you as well. I am Handrar." And that's what we'll go ahead and end.
We're very quiet.
Oh, what was I? He'll say, "I am Handrar."
No. You were very quiet.
Yes,
I couldn't hear you.
I know. That's why I was trying to get a little closer and say
No.
again.
And hand draw.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yes. Yep. Yes. So we'll go ahead and end there. We'll pick up next session with this conversation with the full group. Hopefully, we can get everybody in. But made a good amount of progress here, regardless.
Yeah.
So, thank you, everybody, for stopping by tonight. All those that watched the live show. And if you're catching this on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We're not going to do all of the words, but we'll be back here come week and a half or so. I believe we are all good for that particular Friday coming up. And we'll continue the story on and see where these couple of interactions lead us and what's next for the group. So until then, everybody, have a good night and keep those dice warm. See you later, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.